Okay, let's check out the beat repeat, which is a very cool stutter effect. Here I have a break from the built-in library. Let's load beat repeat. Now beat repeat by default works by itself, so you just have to hit spacebar and you should hear this effect. Nice. Now, first of all, let's talk about the modes. First, we have the mix mode, which will blend both the repeats and the original audio. We have the insert mode, which will only play the repeats when they occur, and will play the original audio when there's no repeats. And gate will only play the repeats. So let's listen to that. Mix, we'll hear the repeats mixed with the original. Insert, we hear the repeats by themselves and the original by itself. Much cleaner. And gate will only hear the repeats when they happen. Nice, so let's stick with insert mode. Now, right here, these four knobs decides how you actually activate it automatically. So first of all, we have the chance, will it actually activate after a certain time? Here we have the interval after how long, so every 1 bar it will trigger according to the chance. Right now it's 100%, so every 1 bar it will trigger. Where inside that bar it will trigger, so we can put it on the first beat, which is marked with 0, second beat, in between, wherever we want. So let's say we wanted to go every 2 bars in the middle. Let's try that. Nice, so we can position it to operate automatically, and the last one is the gate. How long will it stutter? Will it repeat? So we can make it longer. Nice, and we can of course turn off the chance, turn it down to 0, and that cancel all those 3 knobs of interval, offset, and gate, and now we can manually turn on the beat repeat with the repeat button. It can be very useful to MIDI map your repeat button to your MIDI controller and activate it using that, which is very fun. Nice. Next we have the grid, which is the speed of repeats. So let's test it out while we repeat it. Nice, and all the way to a 1 bar. Excellent. Next we have the variation, which will trigger a different grid every time we turn on the repeat. So let's try to listen to that. So it's a different speed, a different grid size for each repeats every time we turn it on. That's the variation. Now we can change how the variation is actually happening. Right now it's happening by triggering the repeat, but we can also have it by every 8th notes. It's going to change the grid size, it's going to change the speed of the repeats. Nice, we can go even faster, and we can even put it on auto, which will kind of go crazy. Nice, let's turn it down. We can also turn off the triplets, so that way the grid will ignore all the triplets. This can be nice for build-ups. Let's try 1 bar. Nice, now it's triggering 1 bar. We can see by the indication of this LED. And now it's gonna ignore the triplets. Half bar, ignore the triplets. Quarter note, ignore the triplets. So it's always ignoring the triplets if the no triplets is on. Nice. The pitch will re-pitch the repeats themselves. So the original audio will be the same, but the repeats will be re-pitched down. Let's slow it down. Nice. You can also add pitch decay, which will gradually decay the pitch instead of just having it lowered. Let me grab some. There we go. Nice. You can have it the speed here. So now it's much slower. Excellent. We have also the filter, which is a built-in filter, bandpass filter. for the repeats themselves. And lastly, we have the decay, which will decay out the volume, so it will slowly fade out. And the actual volume of the output of the repeats, if they're too loud for some reason. Now, whatever effect you want to incorporate with the beat repeat you should put it after the beat repeat, because the beat repeat is a buffer effect. It needs to record audio into a buffer, so it's able to process it and manipulate and stutter it. So that's why it's going to hold the audio. We want all the effects that we want to automate with the beat repeat should be after the beat repeat. So let's check, for example, the redux before it. Let's introduce some redux. And then I cannot change the redux anymore. But if the redux is after, I can change that. So there's very cool stuff you can do with incorporating different beat repeats with different effects, but they should come after if you want to manipulate them as the beat repeat is working. So the beat repeat is a great creative effect to allow you to kind of manipulate rhythms, whether it's on drums or other melodic harmonic elements. It can create some very cool effects with combining everything and, of course, automating it appropriately.